Does anybody really understand the grave, deadly significance of Israel going backwards 2,000 years because they don't want to accept the reality of the now? Holy cow. Holy cow shit. Holy heifer shit. Holy red heifer shit. Does God not move forward with man? So the Jews totally negating and dismissing the whole New Testament. That is so obvious that the New Testament makes known the Old Testament, and the New Testament is the Old Testament is the New Testament concealed, and the New Testament is the Old Testament revealed. And if you go to Bible Project, you'll see Old Testament, New Testament overviews. You look at those two, and you won't need to question anything ever again. Unless you want to. You can question whatever the hell you want. But the understanding and acknowledgement of just the overviews of the Old Testament and New Testament from Bible Project, you can't deny it. And if you deny it, you're just being an idiot. Seriously, I don't care who you are. You deny the overview of the Old Testament and New Testament from Bible Project. If you can dismiss that, no words needed. Forget it. I ain't even gonna go there. And then also knowing the importance of how important it was to sacrifice in the Old Testament. And then for them to try and sacrifice a heifer, there's going to be ramifications. God can't let that physical heifer shit go by without confronting it, even in this age of grace, because the ramifications of not accepting the Messiah and them actually, it's okay, I'll give you a literal example of it. There isn't even you know, I can get real vulgar here because, yeah, shitting on the Torah. Take the oldest Torah, take the oldest Ketuvim, Hedavim, and the whole writings, law, other writings, and just lay it down on the ground and take a crap on it, is what Israel is doing with the red heifers. Just to let you know, the whole Bible from the beginning. The canon, the first 5 books of Moses, just put it right on the ground and crap right on it. Because without what we have now, the beginning doesn't even matter. The beginning of it doesn't even matter if we don't have now what we have. If Jesus Christ did not come and they're going to reestablish their relationship with God, if Jesus Christ didn't come, we wouldn't have this conflict. Since Jesus Christ came, they're literally shitting on everything God's done before this for them, including Jesus Christ. But all the way back, they're crapping on the whole thing. And they can't see that because of their narrow view. And they're going to believe Jesus Christ is the Messiah after he picks up his body and we go to be with him while the rest of the world goes to hell. And then at the end, we come back with him for the final judgment of the earth, for everything to be wiped out. Okay? Then after the earth is wiped out and there's nothing left, nobody is alive, there is nothing left, it's a scorched piece of real estate of God again, then the resurrection of the just and unjust happens. But not until the whole earth is gone and not one individual is alive, not one human is left alive on the planet. Then God can do his human judgment when he has to bring everybody up from the dead of the just and unjust in the Old Testament and Revelations. This grace administration separates everything. The law, everybody that was born up until Pentecost is in the law. Not born until Pentecost. Everybody that lived up until Pentecost without getting born again is in the law. Everybody that's in the grace administration that hasn't gotten born again has to go back to the law because they're not accepting this administration. So therefore, the administration, it has to go back to the previous administration, which is the law. So therefore, whoever doesn't believe in this administration is caught up with the just and unjust in that judgment of the law. Everybody that believes in this administration is righteous. And so but that's a big one. So, Israel going back to slay a red heifer is going to be a big pile of bullshit, and God's going to have to answer to it because those are his people, and when they do something that drastic, God is going to have to correct them. Even though Jesus Christ fulfilled the blood, and there is no more blood Israel, so we're the true Israel that believe in Jesus Christ, and the rest of them are just unbelievers. Jews, Gentiles, Church of God. So, there's Jews and Gentiles in the Old Testament. There's Jews and Gentiles in this administration. There's Jews and Gentiles in the Revelation. But this administration is the only one that holds the Church of God, the Church of Jesus Christ, the body of Christ in this grace administration. And God's given all those people over there in Israel, whoever wants to believe, to be able to believe, because the rest of the world has got the truth too. But they're going to stick to their traditions and end up in the next administration and have to deal with it. They love the bitterness. They love, whoever doesn't come to Christ loves evil. Sorry, if you don't come to Christ, you love evil. Because God made it very clear. Old Testament, New Testament overview, Bible Project. God makes it very clear. So, either you love Jesus Christ and you love God, or you love evil. That's all there is to it. Bye-bye. You're done.